giant drop-off.
All right. Here comes the commissioner again. This is the Minnesota Twins pick at number 5.
With the 5th pick of the 2023 MLB draft, the Minnesota Twins select Walker Jenkins, an outfielder from South Brunswick High School in Southport, North Carolina. The Oakland Athletics have the next pick.
He has a great hit tool. He is strong. He will credit getting back into the swimming pool as something that really helped him for this season. And now he goes number 5 to Minnesota.
Yeah, he had a hamate injury over the summer. Wasn't quite the same as he had looked in years past, and then came out this spring and had the physicality of an NFL player with an even better swing and just demolished the entire spring in North Carolina.
So for me, the swing, as far as how easily he gets to his power and his ability to hit the ball out to the big part of the park, reminds me of Matt Olson from the Braves. Now, it's an athlete that kind of reminds me of Larry Walker, but it's an ease of power where you're like, when this dude's on time, the ball's going in the air, and he doesn't have to pull it to get it out of the ballpark. This is a real dude right here, Eddie.
He is grown, man. I'll tell you this right now. That's Matt Olson right there. But this kid is grown, Kylie.
So he may be the best hit-power combo in the entire draft. But look at that swing. That was when I went to go see him this spring. He hit it a mile. Look at his hands, how far they move. They barely move. He has 30 home run power in that plate at that SEC level. I put him at a 55. It's 70 raw power if he gets to all of it. 65 there, that's about 30 per year. Now, here's the crazy part. He was a 45 runner this summer. He's now a 55er. He got 2 grades faster. He might be a center fielder that hits 30 plus and hits 280 and draws walks. And on top of all that, scouts think he might have the best makeup in the entire draft. I have not heard one negative thing about him, and that very rarely happens.
He's been a big-time leader, and one thing, and his role model has been his grandfather his whole entire time. He talks about him endlessly, but the body of what we see here today and what we saw just 3 years ago is really impressive. He has grown. He was lanky. He was thin. He's got a lot of muscle on him.
He's 18. Just think about that. I think that's one of the crazy things about the draft, right? You just we're projected out 5, 6, 7 years from there. We get a chance to talk to one of the best in the country right now. All right, 5 picks in, and it's time to revisit the number 1 overall pick. He has gotten all the congratulations from his family at home, and he joins us now here. And there he is, Paul Skeens. Paul, congratulations on being the number 1 overall pick. Now that you're seated and all the hugs and handshakes and high fives have taken place, tell us what you are feeling right about now.
I'm just grateful for the opportunity. Grateful for everything that has happened to put me in this position, and I'm looking forward to the ride ahead.
Yeah, tell us about that journey, because a lot of people who are watching for the first time and maybe saw you in Omaha with an LSU jersey, tell us about the journey from when you first picked up a baseball to Air Force to being the number 1 pick by the Pirates.
Yeah, I think the whole time it's just been a journey of taking it one day at a time, trying to get better every day, and going out there and competing. It's been awesome, because I've loved it along the way the whole time, and just so grateful to be in this position.
Did being the number 1 overall pick affect the way that this day unfolded, or were you just feeling the love and wherever you were selected, it didn't matter to you? How important was being number 1 overall?
It's cool, but I think the biggest part is that, my college career is over now, and I get to keep playing baseball and hopefully do it for a long time, so I'm just super grateful for that.
I heard you say on the K-Rod cast the other night that you would like to consider continuing to be a two-way player. When you go to the Pirates, are you a pitcher? Are you a two-way player? I see guys behind you nodding their head like, yep.
Yeah, I think I'm a pitcher. We'll see about the hitting. I really want to hit, but I definitely think I'm a pitcher first.
Paul, Air Force the first 2 years, and obviously the last year at LSU. When you got there, could you have imagined what happened the next 6 months?
No, not at all. Again, I think just taking it one day at a time and trying to get better every day, has led to this position. But again, just super grateful to be here. Super grateful with how everything has unfolded, and really just can't wait for the ride ahead.
Thank you very much for joining us. We look forward to following that ride. That's Paul Skeens, the number 1 overall pick of the Pirates.
Thank you.
Next up, the 6th pick, and that's going to go to the Oakland A's. And now that the top 5 are on the board, does it get more interesting?
There's not a consensus about who the 6th best player is. The sort of strategy would say, if they all seem the same, take the cheapest player you think belongs here.
Here he comes with the 6th pick.
With the 6th pick of the 2023 MLB Draft, the Oakland Athletics select Jacob Wilson, a shortstop from Grand Union University.
Very popular pick. Jacob Wilson is in the house, the son of Jack Wilson from Grand Canyon. And he is getting hugs and handshakes. The number 6 pick overall. Interesting one. Bloodlines are fantastic, obviously. Dad was not a power hitter. He's got this incredible knack of putting bat to ball, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's the lowest whip rate in college baseball, right? And he's done it. It wasn't just this year. Like, he's done it for 3 years, 31 strikeouts in just under 700 plate appearances. So you're buying one of the most rare bat-to-ball skills. And, oh, by the way, he plays shortstop, and he can stick at shortstop. The interesting thing with Jacob Wilson is going to be the impact. Like, are you getting a solid, steady middle infielder that you know can defend and maybe help you with the bat? Or does he grow into that frame? And does he start to impact the baseball at a higher level than we saw from him in college? That'll be the question as this unfolds.
Yeah, I mentioned in the pre-show there's a couple different lines of thinking within the industry, and there's a lot of variance in this thought, which is, do you take the hit-first elite contact guy and you can teach him enough power, or do you take the guy that impacts the baseball and teach him how to have the pitch selection and the bat to ball to get to it? This is what Oakland tends to take, this hit-first, up-the-middle kind of guy, and teases out just enough power to make it work.
So I think what's the most interesting here is we talk about floor. The floor is way down. The floor is way down. Like, even if the power doesn't come, that the bottom line's awesome.
Hey, Jacob, tell me right now, what does it feel like when you heard Commissioner Rob Manfred call your name and say that you were drafted by the Oakland Athletics?
Yeah, it's a dream come true for sure. This is a moment I've been waiting for a long time now, and I'm just super excited. I hear my name called, and I'm just super thankful for my family and friends who supported me throughout this entire process.
What's this process been like for you, going through the opportunity to have a great season, multiple great seasons leading up to this point? What's that been like?
Oh, it's been awesome. The journey's been crazy. You got 3 years of great. Grand Canyon University, I just had a bunch of great mentors I got to lean on and just learn from a bunch of different people.
Speaking of mentors, we know that your father, Jack Wilson, was a former Major League All-Star. What has he helped teach you along the way, along your journey to get to this point?
Oh, everything. He's been coached since day one. He's taught me pretty much everything I need to know about baseball, but even more than that as a person as well. So he's just been a great guy to look up to and learn from.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations and best of luck to you the rest of the way, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
What a very proud moment for his dad. Jack, of course, a 12-year man. Leaguer, and if every son could talk that way about their dad, the world would be a lot better place. That was a great answer that Jacob just gave. Again, Grand Canyon. So not a Power 5 school, and yet has all the tools, and here he goes 6 in the draft.
Late bloomer, right? You see the body still probably has another jump or two in it. Very thin. Didn't get to even his max height until he got to college. So the body's a little late. That's why he's at Grand Canyon. And we've seen power kind of go up and down. Some knocks maybe this year that he wasn't fully healthy. Only hit 6 home runs this season, 12 last year. So there has been some impact from a home run standpoint. Didn't see a ton of it this year. But one thing that has not changed since he's been on campus is the bat-to-ball skills. The defense, this is the bloodlines right here, guys. His dad, Jack, was one of my favorites to watch play the game. He can pick it just like his old man, throws the ball with conviction. There's no worries there. Oh, by the way, he's a gamer and not afraid to put his teeth in the seats for baseball. So you're getting a gamer. This is a game against Tennessee early in the year, and there's the bat to ball, right? A slider off the plate. He hits up the middle. How about 98 down the right field line on a fastball that, again, is off the dish? So the ability to put the barrel in the back of the baseball. He has shown that over 3 years. The A's think they're going to put muscle on him, Eddie, and then he's going to learn how to do this a little bit more, which is give you some production from a power standpoint.
And I believe that Tennessee series right there answered a lot of questions for the going for him. He's got that sixth sense in the baseball field. He understands where to throw the ball, where to go, all those things. He's going to be able not only to do it at the level that he's supposed to, but teach his teammates to do it. He's going to make teammates better. I think that's one of the reasons why the Athletics are going with this contact first player.
In a world in which he's going to be playing eventually, fastballs are 98, 99, 100 miles an hour routinely. 6'4", 3 spray charts again. One of 3 Division I players, 99% fastball zone contact. Nolan Chanuel, who hasn't been drafted yet, is another one. He doesn't miss the heater. You seem to emphasize that with an earlier pick, like you can't get it by him. Cincinnati Reds are now on the clock, so we will head back to the podium. The Commissioner Rob Manfred, Cincinnati, good young team. Ellie De La Cruz, Matt McClain, having an amazing year. Another chance today to make a statement.
Looking for some help that can get to the big leagues quickly has been the buzz on this pick for a while, as long as one of those top 5 didn't get there, which they haven't. So I would look college here.
I'd say arm, right? The Reds have a window right now. I think they're going. Makes sense to get an arm that's ready.
With the 7th pick of the 2023 MLB Draft, the Cincinnati Reds select Brett Lauder, a right-handed pitcher from Wake Forest. The Kansas City Royals have the next pick.
This is an easy guy to fall in love with. You certainly saw what he was able to do at the College World Series. Brett Lauder celebrates with his family on a Wake Forest. Kid that developed immensely over the course of the time that he was there, benefited from all the tools he's going to get at the next level.
Yeah, he bought into it. I mean, Wake Forest, one of the most advanced pitching approaches in the entire country. And he went into the lab right when he got there and realized that he had to find a breakable. Well, there's the breakable. And it got better every year that he was there. The other thing is, his fastball velocity, fastball control kept going. The changeup was kind of always in the 90s. And for Lauder, it is insanely safe because you know that this is a guy that stuff-wise you can push as much as you want. I mean, your fastball, if you want to lock him up on the inside, it's that run that he can use on both sides of the plate. This is the one that is the difference maker, and he's going to throw it more to right-handers, I think, too, as he continues to go. And then the slider, he can add depth if he needs to.
99, but you don't know if he's going to get bombed in the first inning.
Right.
This guy has 2-seam, he has 4-seam. He comes at you with guile. He has above average command. He can go straight to high A or double A. If you think he is starter only, 5-6 innings only, he could still be in the big leagues next year.
It reminds me of the Reed Detmers pick a few years ago. Like, that's a big league starter. I don't know if he's going to be a 1 or 2 big league starter, but he's going to be in your rotation. He's going to log innings. It's going to be quality stuff. And you're getting a kid, like we just talked about with Jacob Wilson, like there might be another jump with him. Another late bloomer. Where it might end up being 97, 98, and he is at the high end of the road.
I talked about Dylan Cruz. I didn't see Brett Lauder in high school.
And when he struggled in a game, he didn't have the 2-seamer, he figured out how to get through it. Jess, he said he chose Wake because nobody else wanted him. Now look.
It's unbelievable when you think about Brett Lauder, the personality, the smile. How about the locks? I got a chance to get to know Brett Lauder. I got to see the hair. I know we got the man bun going.
I'll try.
There we go.
It wasn't just like one bad haircut that I got. I just didn't like getting haircuts. I felt like it always took a couple days for it to look normal again. Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm good.
The 6'2" right-hander delivers again, and he picks up another strikeout.
LSU going against Swedes. What was that like for you?
You know, it was super fun. It's something you dream of, like being able to pitch an home run in the elimination game. I was trying to stay calm, treat it like any other game. I think the excitement there, the adrenaline helped with that. But I couldn't ask for a better game. I wish we could have came out on top.
He's an artist on the mound.
You love to paint. Talk to me about that passion and how you got into it.
Yeah, so specifically in art, my middle brother Will, he was like a really good painter and everything in high school. So kind of like how I got into baseball, I just wanted to do what they were doing, and I wanted to try and be better than them. So started taking art classes, and you can always touch up something. Just like the dedication of putting that one, it was something that took a lot more time than the other ones.
KP, you talked about the lab at Wake Forest. Two things that stood out to me about Rhett Ladder is he had to learn how to pitch in high school. He taught